Hi guys, it's Ani from Create Your Future, and today I wanted to go over a few tips and tricks that I use and that I advise my clients to use. And this is especially for anyone that has not experienced their manifestation just yet, and you're almost like in a waiting period, or you're kind of frustrated that it hasn't happened yet. Also, I will share a small little email I got from one of the clients, because I always make sure to get to each and every one. It doesn't matter how big or small your success story is. I want to share it with people. So before I share that with you guys, actually I'll share it now. Let me just open up the email. So this is what I mean when I say, like, you guys are doing so great with the courses. Like, I know I'm very, like, it's hard to get a time. I like everyone everyone says that, like, it's so hard to get a time with you. But for example, like a client like this one, she actually tried out the course and she already got contact from her SP when she was in no communication. So this is very short, but I just want to acknowledge it. Here it goes. It says, I took Ani's Manifest Your SP course, Manifest Your SP Now course, and a week later, I got back in contact with my specific person, and he has been conforming a lot. I'm still persisting so I can get my full manifestation. Thank you so much, Ani. I appreciate you so much. I'm so happy you guys are getting like movement through just like with the courses, and you know, like, so I want you guys to understand, like, if you are in a situation where you have tried, like, you feel like you've tried everything, right? Courses, sessions, watching 1,000 YouTube videos, reading all the books. If you feel like that, I have been there and I resonate with you. I was once there too in my manifestation journey where I felt like nothing's gonna work. Like, I'm trying everything, I'm doing everything, I'm disciplining my thoughts, and it's just never gonna work what I want. If you are in that situation, you guys, I want you to, I've noticed this through my clients. A lot of you are afraid to say what your fears are, to express what your fears are, what you think your blocks are, what is triggering you, because you are afraid that you are reaffirming it. If you put it down on paper, or if you verbalize it, right, and you deal with each trigger, that's amazing. I would advise you guys to do that. But if you're constantly reaffirming, like, let's say you're talking about it with your friends, I still haven't gotten my manifestation yet, like, I tried everything, I watched this video and that video, I read this book, I read that book, I've been affirming 900 times a day, it's not working. Or if you're watching a YouTube video and you're going in the comments and like writing a whole paragraph of how you still don't have your manifestation yet, that is all living in the end of lack. And I understand in that moment you don't realize that you're doing that, but please, this is why I say, please observe your thoughts and do not absorb them. I mention it in every other video. Even if it's not observe or versus absorb, it's having a strict mental diet. The reason for this is you will not notice every time you're in lack. You'll talk about it with friends. You'll be like, I can you believe it? Like, I still don't have communication. It's been almost a year. It's been almost a month. Like, I just checked social media. They're out and about having fun, and I'm over here still waiting for them to conform. If you're there, and we all have been there, it's completely fine. You're not messing anything up. But if you are there, if you are commenting under the YouTube videos, reaffirming, I'm still not getting it, it's been a long time. If you're able to express it to a friend or in a comment section, it's your dominant thought, you guys. And you may not feel it at the moment, and I certainly didn't when I was going through it, but it is your dominant thought. If you don't think twice about it, constantly expressing the old story over and over again, it's so dominant, like it's your subconscious is like constantly replaying it. So if you are someone that is experiencing, like, let's say you're doing everything, right? You're doing all the work, you're writing all your affirmations down, you can write it like 1,000 times a day, and if you're not seeing any movement, this is why. Because your dominant thoughts are still, I'm trying to get my manifestation. I'm trying to get this person to conform. I'm trying, it's not here yet. Even when you're trying, what you're really putting out is, it's not here yet. So I got to do A, B, C, and D because it's not here yet. So what I want to also express after saying that is, if you feel dependent on specific affirmations to get you somewhere, if you feel dependent on a specific technique, like, oh, I got to do this in order to get that, because if I don't do this, I won't get that. Again, you're still putting out lack. You're still saying, well, if, I got to do this for the rest of my life, or else my 3D won't conform to me. But the reason why there's techniques out there and the reason why there's affirmations out there is for you to kind of change your dominant thoughts into your desired dominant thoughts. So most of you manifesting anything have dominant thoughts currently that don't serve you, right? It can be not feeling chosen, not being a priority. Your story or your dominant thought could be SP, always leaves me for someone else. It could be, I'm not successful in love or relationships because every single relationship I've ever had didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So we already have set assumptions and beliefs, right? Per our history. So those beliefs have created certain assumptions and certain dominant thoughts in you that run your life. So when we say like self-concept, like work on your self-concept, we don't just mean like feel good so people will feel that you're feeling good and they'll gravitate towards you. I mean, that's a bonus. But when we say work on your self-concept, what we mean is, how do you think? What do you think of yourself? What do you think other people think of you? What do you think about life and relationships and in general? I mean, if you're manifesting money or abundance or jobs or work or whatever, then what do you think about money? What is your relationship with money? If you're trying to manifest SP, what is your relationship with SP? Are you still hanging on to not being chosen and you're trying very hard to maneuver around that idea? Or you're creating the new story in your mind of how I prefer, this is who I want to be, this is what I want to receive, right? So my tips are, if you are in this situation, it would be much clearer and easier to write out what is triggering you currently. Like, reverse engineer and look back this past week or this past month. When did I feel like I spiraled? When did I feel like I truly doubted myself and I felt not good enough? Write that down. What was it that triggered you? And it's okay to write it down. I mean, don't like constantly reaffirm it with friends or in like on social media or whatever, right? But just get it out and really just see it for what it is. They were just thoughts. Those thoughts that made you feel a certain way were just thoughts, and you had evidence in the past of those thoughts. So now you think it's a done deal. It's too real. Because that thought I got evidence from that thought in my 3D. That's why it's so real. So I'm going to hold on to that stronger because that's going to be my dominant thought versus a thought where I don't have evidence of it just yet. Does that make sense? You guys comment down below if that makes sense and if you resonate with me, because usually you don't think of your thoughts in that way. Usually you let your thoughts run you. You let your thoughts take over you. They have power over you versus you having power over them, but that's not how you're set up. That is not how your system works, where your thoughts are supposed to run your life. It's really, you're supposed to deliberately choose and pick which thoughts you desire versus which thoughts you don't desire. You get to filter them out. I've mentioned this in another video. You get to filter out your thoughts. So if you still don't have any movement, or you have not received your manifestation just yet, and you just like, even if you no evidence or you've had some evidence, whatever it is, if you're still wondering when I'm going to get it, why isn't it working, this is all like you're living in the end, and then you're like, oh, but I still don't have it. Boom. You're canceling all your thoughts out. So you're living in the end. Yeah. How would I think when I'm with my SP? How would it feel when I'm with my SP, right? My specific person. What would I be doing if everything I wanted manifested, right? So you're trying to have those thoughts throughout the day, and then you're going back and saying, yeah, but I don't have it. So yeah, I'm going to go call my friend and talk about how I don't have it. I'm going to go talk to my friend and tell them how I don't feel good because I don't have what I want and nothing's working in my favor and I still don't see evidence and I've been trying all this time. Maybe I should give up, right? In those cases, how to let go. You can give up those thoughts, but don't give up your manifestation. Give up the thoughts of trying. Give up the exhaustion of, I need it. When am I going to get it? Why don't I have it? It's very exhausting if you guys, because I remember going through that, you guys. And what I would do is I would be like, okay, you know what? This chaos is happening in my mind right now. I'm going to sit down and just write it down and get really clear, because it's very easy to let all those thoughts fight each other in your brain. But once you get it out on paper, and once you see it for what it is, like, it's just thoughts. I do not have to entertain these negative ones. I really don't. You get to choose what you focus on, and what you focus on creates your reality. So you have to keep in mind of that is working 24/7 throughout the day, because a lot of us don't remember that. You may really like understand it and really be like intellectual about like law of assumption and manifesting and everything. You really can be educated from watching all these videos and reading all these books, but when you're applying it, are you catching yourself throughout the day? And I don't want you guys to catch yourself and your thoughts throughout the day like a crazy person, like you have no other like interest, like, nope, gotta catch my thought. I don't want you to be like that. I want you to be more at peace. I rather you feel neutral than angry and resentful towards a specific person, a specific job, a specific situation in your life. I rather you be neutral than extremely positive, really like, yes, I'm gonna get it, like really enthusiastic. I mean, if you can feel that naturally, perfect. But most of us can't, because it feels too far away from the actual 3D, right? So one of the tips is, please write it all down, get that chaos kind of organized and out on paper, and really just truly see what you're writing down were just thoughts that you allowed to feel real. And most of the time, why you're so sure that the negative thoughts are so much more real than your desires are because your past 3D has proven to you that those negative thoughts were true in the moment, because you manifested it, because we manifest what we focus on, right? So in order to manifest your desire, you have to be indifferent to the past thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, and evidence that you've received. You have to be indifferent to the evidence you've already received that caused the crazy negative assumptions you now have. If I make sense, you guys comment down below. So you have to be indifferent to all the evidence you've received that make you feel like this is hopeless. You received that evidence because internally you felt a certain way at that time. You could have felt like you're not a priority. You could have felt like this person doesn't love me. It's not choosing me. I'm afraid to lose them. I'm afraid I might turn them off. I'm afraid I won't get that job. I'm afraid I won't make enough money to, pay the rent. All these fears, if you persist in those thoughts, they will manifest and prove that you are still God of your reality and your thoughts still create. But when they manifest the negative stuff, you don't believe in that moment that you're God. You think life is happening to you. But the truth is, life is happening through you. Life is happening internally first and then externally. So please, everything internal must be handled first, so your external changes. How I like to handle it is write down what my triggers are, observe them, get familiar with them, so the next time I get triggered, I know how to deal with it. It's not going to be as scary. It's not going to be as of an emotional, traumatic experience, because now I'm familiar. And when it shows up, now I can say, okay, I know why this is showing up, because I once feared this, I once believed this, and I focused on this a lot. That's why it's showing up, and it has no power over me. I know how to deal with it now. You can even affirm, I take all my power back. Nothing has power over me except my thoughts. I'm sorry, not my thoughts. I have power over my thoughts. My thoughts do not have power over me. I have power over my thoughts. I have power over every single thought that goes through my mind, and I can filter each and every one. It's not constantly going to be chaos in my brain. I can organize and say, I don't want these negative thoughts anymore. Thank you for all the positive thoughts running in my mind, and thank you for making them dominant, and thank you for allowing me to see evidence of all these positive thoughts manifesting in my universe. Thank you. I'm grateful, right? So also, you guys, I wanted to mention something. I don't know if any of you have felt this before in your manifesting journey, but actually, if you felt this, comment down below, because I used to feel this a lot. So I'm sure if you guys are all me pushed out, I'm you pushed out, right? So I'm gonna say it out loud, and if you guys resonate with me, comment down below. Have you ever thought of, I have to get to a certain level of manifesting beast or master, and then my big manifestations will come, or the ones you think are big? Like, do you ever feel that way, where I gotta go through hurdles first, and then I'll get my manifestation? Like, I gotta go through a lot of ups and downs. I gotta go through a lot of how should I say? Let's say you get triggered. Do you ever think okay, yeah, my manifestation won't come today if I got triggered today. I have to deal with this first. I have to go forward with a few days or a few weeks of not getting triggered, because once I become that master manifester that doesn't get triggered in anything, then I'll get my manifestation. Have you ever felt that way? Because if you have, I'm here to tell you that is not true. But if you continue to think that way, you will postpone. You make rules. You always make rules, and your rules apply because you are God of your reality, right? So if you make the rule of, I have to hit a certain strength in my mental diet, and then I'll get my manifestation, that is correct, because you are right, because you are God of your reality, and that is what will unfold. So I want you to know that is not true. If you guys watch my videos, I've shared a lot of personal stories and a lot of client stories too, where they were not fully confident in manifesting, and they were not even 100% faithful to their end, but they still got their desire. They still manifested their desire. So I want you to know, like, please drop that resistance if you think you have to be perfect in manifesting in order to get your manifestation. That's not true. Every time I put myself in a position where I can win money, right? I'm not like on top of that thought where like, I know I'm going to win money today. Yeah, I'm going to be so much more rich today. Woohoo. Like, I don't think that way. I just go in and I always like affirm, like, everything always works out for me anyway. Everything always works out. Thank you so much for this abundance. Thank you so much for all this like abundance coming my way, this luxury coming my way, right? Everything always works out for me. I'm never like stressing in that moment, like, I have to get it now. It must happen now. I have to get it now. It must happen now. I'm so rich. I'm so rich. I'm so rich. I just won the jackpot. I just won the jackpot. No, I've manifested large sums of money with not like feeling good at that moment at all. Like, I was not feeling good that day. I was feeling whatever. And I still received my manifestation from my affirmations in the morning. And I got my manifestation in the evening. That video is in my playlist if you guys want to see the jackpot manifestation. I should share more of the jackpot manifestations because I'm getting more of the jackpot manifestations. You guys, I want to share the success story, the client success stories more than those, but I will get to that too. Also, you guys, just make it a rule for you. I do not have to hit a certain, like, I do not have to be a black belt in manifesting and feel no emotions whatsoever, never get triggered in order to get your manifestation. It's okay if you get triggered. It's okay if you deal with what's triggering you. It's okay if you reaffirmed here or there that things are not working out for you. You still don't have your manifestation. You can still get your manifestation any moment on any day. So do not make a rule that's gonna like come true where you got to hit a certain goal then to receive it, right? All right, guys, that was it for today. So just a reminder, if any of you are frustrated or reaffirming the story constantly, you may not be noticing that you are. So the easiest way is to get familiar with your triggers. So you can sit down, write out your triggers, really see them for what they are. They're just thoughts that once had evidence. That's why maybe it's hurting you or it doesn't feel good inside of you. But remember, when something doesn't feel good, that's your higher self telling you it's not true. It's not true. It was just your thought and you manifested it. Just like you can manifest positive things, you can also manifest negative things too, because there's no judgment. Your subconscious is not saying, no, I'm not going to give you the good stuff. I'm only going to give you the bad stuff. Or I'm not going to give you the bad stuff. I'm only going to give you the good stuff. You're a god of your reality. So what you say goes. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for everyone. I intend this video was helpful for everyone. So happy for the client that got success, that sent in her mini success story through our email, through the Manifest Your SP Now course. So if you guys are interested, the courses, the links to the courses are going to be in the description box down below. Also, one-on-one coaching link will be in the description box down below. I intend every one of you are patient. I intend every single one of you receive some movement in your manifestation journey. I intend this resonates with everyone, and I intend this helped everyone on their journey. So I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for the positive comments. Thank you so much for all the love and appreciation. I truly love all of you guys. Like, you guys are the best. Seriously, when I read those comments, it's like, you guys are so amazing. So big hug to all of you. I will see you in the next video.